Good morning, Dr. Chua.
Good
Can
morning.
we wait?
Yeah.
Can we wait another 5 minutes for
No
the
problem.
students to come in? All right, thank you.
How many students expected to come in?
Not sure, but they are coming.
Okay. So you want me to present to talk in Bahasa Malaysia?
Good morning to all the attendees. This event will starting shortly. Before we start, here are some important housekeeping notes to make before we begin today's event. In order to facilitate today's event more effectively, we would like to ask you kind cooperation to please mute yourself if you are not speaking. Q&A session will be open at the end of the speaker session. Feel free to type in your question in the chat box. And dear audience, after the session, we will have photo session and we encourage all of you to prepare yourself with proper appearance. So lastly, the most important of all, please enjoy with us and enjoy with us during this event. Thank you. Good morning to our honorable guest, Dr. Nazatul Shimanaharudin, Coordinator, Bachelor of Science in Agriculture with Honors, Department of Crop Science. Our speaker, Dr. Chua Kim Ai, Chief of Executive Officer of Green World Genetics Sdn, and all the respectable participants from UPM. I'm Krisha Webster, student of Bachelor Degree of Agriculture Science, and I will be your moderator of the day. On behalf of Green World Genetics Sdn and communities of PERMATANI, we are pleased to welcome all of you to the Agriculture Career Prospect Green World Genetics Sdn. Before we proceed further this morning, may we invite Dr. Nazatul Shima Naharudin, Coordinator, Bachelor of Science in Agriculture with Honors, Department of Crop Science, to deliver her opening speech. The floor is yours, Doctor.
Thank you very much, Krista, for the invitation. First of all, I would like to thank the organizer, PERMATANI, and also the academic unit of Faculty of Agriculture for organizing this event. This is a monthly, I think, yeah, for students to be exposed to industries, to open opportunities that they can expect what they can be after they graduate. So I'm honored to be part of this event today. As we know, Dr. Chua Kim Ai and GWG, it's not it's not a new name lah. It's a very established company, especially in the field of agriculture. So I am very honored to have Dr. Chua himself here with us and delivering his speech for the students and sharing the opportunities, the career opportunities that are available for our students in a big company such as GWG. So I am really thankful and honored to Dr. Chua for making his time to be with us today. And also hope for the students, especially for those, particularly for those who are searching for internship place, and also for students that are going to graduate soon. So this is an opportunity for you to get to know the real career and the real prospect in agriculture, for you to get to know how can you position yourself in years to come. So without further ado, I think Dr. Chua has a lot to share and to offer to all of the students, especially to the faculty. I hope students will take the chance and be a part of GWG, whether as intern and also as employee, because we have a lot of alumni of BSP and BS Horticulture that is currently working in GWG. So I hope you take this opportunity to listen and learn from Dr. Chua and have a good session. I wish to everybody. Thank you, Krisa. Back to you.
All right, thank you, Dr. Nazatul, for such an insightful speech. Today, it is our honor to have this great opportunity to invite Dr. Chua Kim Ai, the speaker from Green World Genetics Sdn, to give us a talk about their company that will help us to explore our career path in the agricultural field. So, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, let's pass the floor to our speaker from Green World Genetics Sdn, Dr. Chua Kim Ai.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. First of all, I'd like to thank organizing this event for me to share with you what I've been doing, and also like to share with you just to let you know what are the opportunity that you can develop your career in this agriculture. I think the first part I want to just share with you my career in this and then what I have gone through. I have been in this industry for the last 40 over years since I graduated, and then I started work as in the sales, and then after I work for a few years, and then I go for further study, and then I work for a few years, and then study again. It was off and on. Then I joined the university, study, and then come to work again. So just to let you know, for agriculture career is something that you don't look at your career just confine yourself in the one small company, or don't confine yourself just to Malaysia alone. I think this opportunity in agriculture can put you into international market. Just this is what I can share with you. I've been working, my first part of my careers, I was doing this my this sales activity and research activity in Malaysia. And then my second career was I covered the whole of Southeast Asia. And then my third job, I was doing the global business. So my activity focused mainly in marketing and research and breeding. So I think if you are interested in agriculture, you can also look at this agriculture can be very versatile, and also it can be international, so that you will not confine yourself just to one area. And it also can be quite rewarding. I think when I was working, when I first graduated, so I earned a few thousand. I'm very happy, but I never thought that you are working for people, you can earn more than $1 million as a salary. I think this is something that you don't limit yourself, and then try to expose yourself, give yourself opportunity. And first you must like it, and then you must interested to travel, and then this can give you a very good opportunity and also very good exposure. For the last 40 over years, I've been to the whole world. I've been to the whole world, especially like all those developing country, like in Southeast Asia. I was involved in Southeast Asia when I was in the early phase of my career. And towards the end of my career, I was covering the whole world. So that I've been to, especially like Africa, there are about 54 countries. I've been to more than 30 over countries. And also like the Latin America, United States, and Europe. Europe, I've been to all the 20 over countries. So like India and Pakistan. So this job will put you and give you the chance to travel to a lot of these country, but especially those developing country where agriculture is involved. So I think this is something that I would like to share with you. And also there's quite rewarding when you are developing something that it can be grown by the farmer, and the farmer definitely will be very grateful to you if you give them a good seed. When I remember once I was travel to India, and I was traveling to Nepal. When I entered to the farm, the farmer looked at me and said, "You give me a lot of problem." So I got shocked. I thought he wanted to scold me. Actually, he told me that I gave him the seed that gave him a lot of problem because they cannot harvest in time. Because in the past, when they are planting the tomatoes, they harvest only once a week. And the variety that we introduced to him, and then he said he got to harvest every 2 days. So it made me worried when he said give me problem. So I think when you are giving something good to the farmer, and you see the farmers enjoying the harvesting, I think that's also quite contributing. So this opportunity for this kind of careers is not only just you are getting the reward, and also you get the satisfaction. But however, you have to like it. If you don't like it, then it will be problem. Because some people, when you walk into the farm, they say, "Oh, it's too dirty and too messy. They don't want to go in," and then there's a problem. And in this agriculture, I'm not just talking about how to plant and how to sell the thing. I think there are many areas that you can find opportunity for you to develop your liking. So I think that's what I like to share with you, what I've been doing for the last 40 over years. And also I have seen all the farmers all over the place, different kind of country, different farmers, different practice, and then different development phase. so that there's a lot of room for us to utilize our knowledge to share with the farmer. So I hope you all can acquire the knowledge in the university and then put the knowledge into the practice, learn together with the farmer, and then you can be very contributing to the society. So for this career in this agriculture sectors, because what I would like to share with you, what I'm doing, and then what I'm trying to create the career opportunity for the student. I think we have trained more than 400 students. I think quite a number of the students are from UPM. I think more than 50% are from UPM. And also we have working with all the 20 universities in the country, all the public university. And then every batch we take in about 20 to 30 people. And we have trained a lot of them. And then quite a number of them after the training, then when they go for interview for the government job, I think most of them quite successful and they got it, especially they said they've gone through the training with GWG. And also we have a lot of the students after training, they stay back with us. Apparently we have about 200 staff. 95% of them are graduate, working on different areas. So GWG focusing on number one, the seed. Number two is the total value chain. Number three is the total solution. So that you can see there's a lot of area that you can focus your interest, and then also you can play your part and then contributing something good to the farmer and good to the society. And then that we need a lot of people who are interested in agriculture for us to attain food security. I think food security, not just like talking that we can buy, we have money, we can buy, we can import. That is not secure. I think you will realize that currently where there's a war and there's a pandemic. So if there's a logistic problem, if you do not have your own product, you do not have your own seed, how secure are you? You have to depend on this, and then that's where the inflation come in. For instance, like now everybody talk about the purchasing. So this corn, now the corn price has gone up double. Why? Because it's Russia and Ukraine war. So that the big portion of this grain and are imported from Russia and Ukraine and America. So these are the problem. And then because of pandemic, so they cannot transport the good to other country. So I think that concept of when you have enough money, you buy enough food, then you call it food security. I think that have to redefine. So I think for food security means whether it's not only you can afford to buy, also must be available. Whether it's available or not. If you have money but it's not available for you to get, then where do you can consider yourself is secure? It's not secure, right? So I think currently, I think we have to really think about all these things, refocus. I think the UPM student, I think you have a very good chance to contribute to this industry. I think that there's a good opportunity for you to face yourself into the right part of the career part, because in this agriculture itself, there are so many areas that you can participate. Let's start from the seed. For the seed part, I think you have to think about number one, seed. Excuse me 1 minute. I think my cleaner is on the cleaner machine. There's a noise. Sorry, they're cleaning the office when they're on the vacuum machine. Yeah, okay. So for let's start from seed before I go into the total value chain. I think seed is part of the total value chain. Seed, and then second part is the farming, third is the processing, and then fourth is the marketing. That is we need to harmonize this value chain before we can attain the food security. And then the third part will be the total solution. When we have good seed, we have good farming, everything, but we need to have solution to solve the problem. Because very often, I think we are quite used to identify the problem, but I don't see many of us really address the problem. So when sometime I notice we talk to them, oh, we know that, for instance, like the corn, they say, oh, we are in Malaysia, the weather is very dry, very hot, and very wet, so we cannot dry the corn. Then you got this alpha toxin problem. Then it's not good to plant in Malaysia. So we know the problem is because of drying. And why don't we just build a dryer, and then you can just dry it, and then you have no problem. You can grow the corn. Malaysia is when considered as very lucky. We have all the sunlight, all the waters, and then we can plant our crop all year round. But we focus on where we have a good opportunity. Just like now, our palm oil, we can be one of the very good economic contributor. But I think corn will be another project that I've been working on this for the last 10 years. I think I have met many of these people that always say corn is not viable, not viable. Then I don't understand why it's not viable. When I explain to them, they say, oh, they planted, they brought in the best seed from United States, but then they forgot that United States is not suitable for tropical region. That is the temperate crop. When you plant in Malaysia, it does not grow well. Then you cannot say that it's not viable and no good. Actually, when you bring in the temperate seed here, that you're going to grow in a tropical country, definitely not going to perform. That's why I started to focus on this thing, on the seed, because seed is one of the contributor to the productivity. But you must get the right seed and the right kind of seed for the kind of weather. So in Malaysia, we have to focus on tropical gene, tropical seed. So that I have been working on this since I came back 15 years ago. I came back to Malaysia in 2007 to start the GWG, this company, to start focus on breeding. I think now we have more than 40 breeders, and then we are focusing on all the tropical product, and we are in the position to commercialize this seed. Now we are exporting to quite a number of countries. So as a seed sector, you as a student, maybe you can position yourself. Number one, you can be a breeder, and number two, you can be this production research, and then you can be a seed production expert. So this area is more on the research side, and then you can be on the marketing. You also can be the seed marketer. So we call it the seed man. And then seed is not have much a barrier, border barriers, so it can go international. I think when we are talking about tropical seed, you look at the map, about 2/3 of the world is lying between the tropical zone, and then this is about 4 billion population in this zone that they need to grow the tropical crop. So the potential is huge. Just on the Southeast Asia or Asia Pacific itself, Asia Pacific itself is already more than around 3 billion population, so that they need a lot of food. And then this tropical product is very suitable for this tropical zone, so that you can develop and bred any of this product. It can be international crop. So that I think that's the opportunity. I think for students, don't worry about after after you graduated, you think about how to develop something of your own rather than you go and look for a job. And then let's say you become a breeder, just focus and develop one product itself. Just maybe you just develop one product like chili, and you can sell this product all over the world. It's not only in Malaysia. So that's an opportunity that we did not explore. So as a student, I think you should acquire the knowledge in this breeding, and then become a breeder, and then just select one crop. Don't try to be aggressive. Don't try to do many crop, which you are not going to perform well. So then again, once you have the good seed, then you need to have a very good production research to produce the seed. And this seed market is very huge. The market is about 54 billion globally. So that you will just notice that there's a lot of opportunity for you to tap. And the next is the research. So it's the seed part that you are not interested, because this also depends on the interest. To make seed, it take a long time. You think about, to purify a line also, it take about 7 generations. So that you need to like it, and then you can do well. And secondly, now we come to the farming. Farming that you can do this, we should focus on this modern farming. and then a high impact crop, and then probably you can also start farming yourself, and then to create your this farm, and then focus, and then create. I think those study agribusiness also try to make a business model, create a cluster, and then start to produce the right crop, and then you need to work as and harmonize the whole value chain. If you are farming, just focus on your farming, and then also I think for those food tech students, probably you also can think about how to process the food that we have. For instance, that we have I think durian, they're doing quite well. For instance, that we have a good papaya, we have banana, we have melon. All this can process into dry food, and then when you have this processing into this, make good use of the resources that we have. I think if we are good in this, Malaysia is good in planting all these tropical crop and the tropical food, then focus on this into processing. You also can start your career to process the let's say banana, or process the papaya, even to process the melon. Then you can export all over the world. It can be a very good product and very nutritionist product, and then it's natural. So all these are the opportunity you should explore. And then the next is another one is the marketing. So that's a different nature of work. So you have to understand what you like to do, what kind of work you like to do. You like traveling, and then you can enjoy this. You can do marketing the seed. You can market the fresh produce. You can also market this the dry food. And I think one good thing about Malaysia now, we can plant our crop all year round. And then there's other country like the Middle East, or even in China, the nearby country. When to talk about Europe, that is a little bit too far for us. Logistically, might not have any advantages. But like Hong Kong, all this, that we can ship our product all year round, and then you can market your product not only just Singapore, but you can go into like Middle East. I just came back from this World Expo in the Dubai. I visited some of the supermarket. I see that a lot of the product they need, I think, can be produced in Malaysia. Just one of the very common product like the banana, and also this papaya. When I was in Dubai, I visited the supermarket. I noticed the papaya is selling that at this 1 kilo of the papaya selling at 32 ringgit, Malaysia ringgit. So, but you wanted to explore this opportunity. First, you must make sure that you must develop the quality product. So to develop the quality product, you must have the knowledge, and then that's what you are learning from the university now, so that you can put this practice, and then you have learned the business in the university. You also learn the processing in the university. So there are so many opportunity for you to put yourself into the right career path, so that you can really just focus and develop yourself. Then you can be very comfortable. So I think if after this, maybe you have any question, probably I did not cover, you can always raise a question that I can share with you, because I have so many experience, but I may not be able to just give you this in a short, just a short speech. But you miss anything that you please drop it down, then I can answer the question if I know. So I just mentioned that these are the opportunity like papaya, melon, watermelon. I think Malaysia can grow all this crop very well. But we always talk about the pasaran, marketing problem. But that's where you are coming in to play your role as a marketer. Look beyond Malaysia, and then, okay, you look at what we have in Malaysia. Then just like how they have started to develop, like in the early day, the star food. But now, I think UPM those days nearby is always very popular for the star food, Sedang star food. But now, because of the development, no more. And you can see that they have done very well in the Musang King durian. Now, those days when you have durian season, and you go and buy the durian in the evening, you get a very cheap price, because they have to sell off the same day. But now, no more chance. This or whatever durian they produce, they will go into the processing plant, and they export to China. And then this is another good example that when you have a product, and then you start to process them, then you can go international. Then you're not worried about the market, because we have only a small country, 330 square meter, million square kilometers area, and then we have only 32 something population. Even though everyone of us involved in the same thing, we are not worried. If you go beyond Malaysia, then we can develop the career and international, as an international player, so that you can sell all the product that we have. Because I think for us in this developing country, we might not be strong in our this high-tech product, but I think we have the good resources in this, the land, the weather, the sunlight. Then we focus on our strength, so that develop ourselves into this agriculture product. And that's where you choose to study agri-science in university. I think there's a big opportunity for you to play your role in agriculture product, so that you can really make the food available for the world market. I think food is definitely everybody need. You don't have to worry whether they are rich or they are poor. They still need food, but not aeroplane or not car. If they have no money, they don't buy car, but they cannot go without food. So I think that your opportunity and your career can be very, very contributing. And then why don't you make good use of your opportunity that you only first step, you're given the chance to study in the UPM, where it's a focus on agriculture. And second step, you should make good use of your knowledge and then develop this your knowledge, put them into practice, and then produce a good food. And then they can help the whole world to get enough food to feed the global this growing population. Apparently, there are 1 billion people are lacking of food. So this 1 billion people are malnutrition in the food. So that your opportunity, you can play a very important role to feed this 1 billion people. And of course, you have to feed our own nation first. I think Malaysia now, I think people are complaining about the price of the chicken price. Everything's gone up very high. So I think if we can organize a system, I think for agriculture, it's very much to have a system and then the policy. But we need the human capital like you. So you are the one going to put everything in order, put everything to execute this, and then you can create this opportunity for your career in agriculture. So, and also I think once we have harmonized the total value chain, they're very important that you must also provide solution. And that's where you can come in to help to provide the solution, because you're given opportunity to study 4 years in university. You must be thankful to your professor who teach you all this, share with you with all this knowledge, that you can use this knowledge to provide solution to the farmers. Because farmers, they need, let's say they might not know what to apply, or they have problem, they do not know how to identify. End up our farmers, sometimes they try and error. They'll put, even the spray chemical, the jumbo everything, but most of the time it's the same thing. They put brand A, brand B, brand C, but it's the same product, because they don't understand. Just because it's a brand, different brand, they thought it's a different product. So they simply spray, then they might not be performing the good productivity and also all these things. That's where you can also make use of the knowledge to provide them this solution. So in order to be able to achieve the food security and create a lot of job opportunity, and then build the career path to the right direction, I think we have to understand the whole system, and then also the area to focus. So again, I just want to highlight again, number one, we make sure that we must produce our own seed. Seed is one of the fundamental, it can contribute to at least 25% of the productivity. But you do not have the seed, then the rest of this will have affected by the whole productivity. So a seed is a fundamental of the whole value chain. I think we need to address it. And then the rest will be the cultivation method, then the marketing, the processing, then you harmonize all this. Of course, if the seed potential is the yield potential is no good, the others fertilizer or how you cultivate, how you manage it, you will not get the potential that you want. So you need to make sure that develop the good seed. You have to bred the good seed that it can be utilized, that can be cultivated in the country, in Malaysia, then they can give you the high yield. So breeding is one of the very important area for us to focus then develop, because I don't understand why there have been there's a gap, there's no breeders, nobody focus on breeding in Malaysia until I think I've been pushing this. I think even Dr. Shima also know when I started to talk about this seed breeding, and then we start to recruit. That's the reason why I come back also, because I've been in the seed industry for the last 40 years, and then I've been travel all over the world. I still don't find anybody in the breeding. So I think that it's time that I think I must come back, and then I decided to come back because I knew about this when I was very young. I started to follow my father to do farming. Also, my father tell me how to select the crop to get the best seed from the crop in the farm. So at that time, we just identified the plant that can grow very well. Then we extract the seed and then we grow again. That was about I think about 50 over years ago when I was in just in standard 1 or standard 2. I follow my father to farm. I'm a farmer's son. I'm born in Cameron Highland. Then I start farming very young. So I think that when I started work, I focused on seed. Then until now, I'm still doing seed. So I think that very important that we should have some people, student like you who took up this focus on breeding, and then if you like it, others also focus on production research and doing the seed production. You know, like Holland. Holland is a very small country, and then does not have very good these resources like what we have, but they are world #1 seed supplier. But they don't produce the seed, but they bred the seed in Holland, and then they produce the seed in like China, India, and Thailand, and then they send back to Holland, and then they sell the seed to all over the world. So that's where the breeder can make good use of the opportunity that in Malaysia, that I think we have opportunity to produce good seed. I think we are quite proud to share with you also some of your students have been working with us for I think it's about 7-8 years. I think we are going to release some of the product in Cameron Highland. One of the girl, she's I think 6 years ago graduated from UPN. She's going to release her tomatoes. And then we have one girl, Mashita, she's from USM. Also, she's going to release this sweet pepper. And then we have some students from MUM that release the corn. And also we have a few more UPM students now working on sweet corn. I think the sweet corn, I think like the for Chai Ying and Kailu and Sala, all these are focused in sweet corn. I think they are going to release quite a number of sweet corn all over the world. And then all these are from UPM. And they came in, they're just like you study horticulture or agriculture, but they are not major in breeding. So we give them chance to do breeding. Probably it take us longer time to make them become a breeder, but they are there. Just like another, this Julaica going to release at least 5 new melon that we are going to release. I think we are going to release together with the Selangor government in coming month, 2nd of June. So all these are the products are developed in Malaysia. Because very often whenever people come and visit my farm, they always ask me, "Ini datang dari mana? Taiwan, India, China?" No, I told them this is our own product. Why you don't have faith about our own product? You don't think about our country can produce the product? Because a lot of people still have the mindset that Malaysia cannot produce seed. Actually, they are really wrong. Malaysia can produce all the tropical seed, but definitely we cannot produce a temperate seed. Don't go and produce like the apple, ango, and all these things which are going to go against nature. It's not that it's not possible. It's still possible. Just like Israel, they can produce everything, but they go and produce something going to be very high cost. But ours in Malaysia, we are all the natural resources. We can just make use of the natural resources, and also we are also very rich in biodiversity. I think we are number 12 in the world. We have 18,000 assessors in the country. So we can do a lot of this opportunity. In fact, many people also ask me, where do you get the seed, where you from? I said, no, we can get our the germplasm from our own country itself. for instance, that let's say you want to collect the not different of chili, you go from the northern until Johor, you can come back with a different type of germplasm. Then you start to produce this into the hybrid. For instance, like our paddy, I just started to work on the paddy for the last 10 years. And then we have a lot of this germplasm from, especially in Sabah and Sarawak. So there's so many that we have red rice, brown rice, we have all this aromatic rice, and then we can make a lot of hybrid rice. I think that's what we are doing. Also, we have a group of these breeders. I think few of them are from UPM, some of them from UCAM, and then some of them from this USM. We are releasing a few also of the this rice. So far for the past 15 years, we started this company. I think we are in the position to release more than 50 products. So that there's still a lot of opportunity for you to keep on identify the crop that you like, and then start to develop it, and then make yourself become one of the expert in breeding or in production or production research or in the processing or marketing. So you can see that there's so many opportunity for you to develop your career, but with the background as an agriculturalist. I think don't think that agriculture is something that is in a social status, because many people think that, oh, when you talk about study agriculture, they always ask you, don't study agriculture. They want you to, I think some of your parents also, when you want to study agriculture, so they say, oh, don't. When I wanted to study agriculture, my father said, why don't go and study agriculture? I came all the way from China to Malaysia, I do become farmer. Why are you going to study agriculture? So I think a lot of people had the wrong concept about agriculture. They did not take it as a professional. I think you think about it as an agriculturalist, your challenge is much more difficult. I think it's more challenging than a medical doctor and also this veterinary doctor, because when you are sick, you can tell the doctor you got headache, and when the animal, when they're sick, then you know that they are not active, and all these things quite easy to diagnose them. But you talk to the plant do not respond. So you look at them, they also don't tell you whether they are sick or not, they are active or not. You have to make good use of your knowledge. I think agriculturalist is more challenging. I think should be more well recognized. I think should call yourself as a doctor also, other than just other profession that call themselves. After 4 years, they call themselves doctor, but agriculture still need to go through the process. Master and PhD only can call yourself doctor. So I think agriculturalists can be a very good opportunity for you to really produce the right thing and feed the world, and also the others like the farming and the agriculture business and the processing, the food tech. All you put all this together when you are working on the food industry, I think that can be very rewarding. Don't start to plan how to make nuclear bomb, then you go and kill people only. What's the purpose of the nuclear bomb? For war only. But you're producing the food is for the feeding the people. Which one is more rewarding and more satisfaction? So you think about it, and then you can start to put yourself, and don't worry about the social status. You have to create the social status yourself. Then when you become very contributing, and then your social status as a farmer, it become higher. Then people will look at farmer, oh, farmer is something that they feed us. It's not that farmer come to just a 3D job, but you have to make use of knowledge, make the farming become high tech, and then make good use of the opportunity that the technology available now. I think when you visit my farm, you can see that I think it's not a place that is 3D. If you want to wear high heel, also you can start walk around the farm, and then also you got a chance to practice using the high tech like drone. And also we are going to start by next month, we are going to introduce the sensor, and then we are going to be using this the smartphone to detect the humidity, the waters, and everything. So all this they need people like you as agriculturists to utilize this, because all this we talk about high tech, always talk about high tech modern farming, but you cannot get this thing for the farmer. The farmer do not know how to use. So that we need to transform this agriculture into a modern farming. Then we need your knowledge, and also you with your expertise put this into practice, then only that's the value of this technology. Otherwise, you have the technology, but you do not have the human capital. And if the human capitals are not using this technology, then the technology also wasted. So I think you have to make sure that you have this knowledge and put your knowledge and utilize the technology. For instance, now I noticed I went my farm, I saw even the girl that can start to operating the drone. So and then that's something that it does not really as a boy or girl, but as long the technology and then it's not so heavy, everybody can operate. So with the drone spraying chemical, number one, we do not have to have direct contact with the chemical. And number two, 10 acres of this, for instance, what I did in my papaya, 10 acres, I use drone only, I spray only 2 hours. But if I use the normal spraying, it take me 3 days. So you can see these are the thing. Technology can help us to make our farming become more productive also. So the drone also that you do not have this direct contact with the chemicals, because people also worry that when you spray chemicals, you get exposed to the chemicals. I think you can stay very far away. You just you're focused on operating the operator, and then you can spray the thing. But you must know what chemical to spray. Then your knowledge, combination of your knowledge in this science and also in this technology. So you can see there's so many areas that you can put yourself to play an important role, and then can help to develop our this farming activity, and also it can be increase the productivity, the food, the feed the nation of the by 2050 they're going to reach 50 this 9 billion. So they're going to increase the energy 50%, water 50%. So food requirement, this nutrient 65%, but there's no more land. So the land is getting smaller and smaller. So your contribution to achieve this, to make this happen, is going to be very crucial. So how are you going to grow less land but more food? That's where you need to bring in your knowledge to develop yourself to become an expert in food productivity. I think we have this good opportunity in Malaysia, and also for Green World, we are offering a lot of opportunity for people to work in what I mentioned. You can be a breeder, you can be a production research, you can be a seed production expert, you can be a farm manager, you can be a economist in the farming, and then you also can be a processing in processing the food, food harvesting, and then this post-harvest grading, and also you can be in the marketing, and also you can be in administration, because we are in agriculture. When people who have some background in agriculture, they can be a better administrator, can understand this product. So you can look at my stuff. I think my in front of my door, 3 of the girls are all from UPM. They are all in the administration. They are doing the administrator, they're doing the building, but they can understand this agriculture better. And then they are 3 of them are from UPM, the same batch. I think there are so many of them here, and they also can be in this logistic. So it's not only that you must be in the farm itself, but in the whole system, there's opportunity for you to play your role. So as an agriculturalist, that you can understand better. So when you have some background, then you know what are the agricultures required. Then there's a big opportunity for you to build a career, and then to make sure that you like it, and then you have a chance to develop yourself to be good in that aspect of your career. So I think that's what I can share with you. I think maybe I would like to see that will be better that you question, then I be able to answer. Then you can be more direct to your this requirement and expectation. So I think thank you very much. I think thanks for listening, and then thanks for your attention. And then maybe I do not know whether still there's a time for us for question and answer or not. I'm no problem. I'm available. I feel very proud and happy whenever I have a chance to share with students about this agriculture industry and the career path. I always like to share with you because I don't think so that I can go with my knowledge, and then if I don't share with you, it's a loss, because I have this 40 over years experience in this industry, and then I was in the corporate branding, I was in all this breeding, I was in the production research, and all these knowledges that I have acquired. If I don't share with you, when I have no more energy to share with you, then it's a waste. And then for you to know about other countries, all this, you maybe will cost you a lot to travel there, but I can just let you know, then you save a lot of cost. So I think with that, thanks a lot. Thanks for your attention.
All right. Thank you, Dr. Chua, for the interesting sharing about the Green World Genetics Sdn. It is indeed very eye-widening to know about your company and how you guys start from zero and to what you're achieving now. It's a very interesting company. So dear seniors and fellow friends that are going for interview soon or love to travel or love doing breeding, you guys can try applying here, right? Okay. Before that, sir, can you share your, or do you have your HR department so the students can contact them? If yes, can you put in the chat box?
So any question, please feel free to don't be shy.
Yeah.
Because
We'll go to the question and answer.
Then I can answer whatever I think. I don't judge you anything. I will give you the answer free of charge.
So if you have the contact number, the HR, can you share in the chat box so that if like after this, if they want to contact, they can contact you directly.
I can give you my contact number, but I give you my phone number, but text me before calling me. Sometimes I might be in the meeting, or sometimes, okay, this is my phone number, and then this is my email address.
All right. So while okay, that is the Mr. Chua, Dr. Chua emails and number. So guys, if you have any queries after this, you can contact them. So, sir, doctor, can we proceed to the question and answer session?
Okay, let me see. Yeah.
So the first question from Fatin Alia. She said, "Dear doctor, does GWG provide an exclusive training programs for young passionate breeders, for instance, like mentor-mentee program?"
So far, we do not have a specific program for them, but we are only providing internship for the student. But when the student come for the internship with us, we always have a section with them. I always talk to them, and then we also number one, I think we don't talk much about the theory. I think theory he already acquired from the university, but what they come here, we will put them into hands-on experience and put them in the field. But I also take the opportunity whenever I'm in the farm, I always share with them, and then okay, maybe just to motivate them, and then I think that that worked well. I think so far, I think most of them after training, they always like to stay back, and then also they work in the paddy field in the Sarawak. I think I don't see them have any complaint. I think I believe that most important for the student, they must be given the exposure to understand the nature of the business and nature of the job. I think they also like it, and then also maybe interest can be cultivated. But if you do not know your potential, you do not know your future, then you will not cultivate the interest. But once you know the direction, I think some of us, I think it's not everyone like to sit in the office. I think many of us also maybe like outdoor. We don't need 100%. Maybe we need 2-3% of these people who are interested farming and then interested work in the hot sun. Then I think we have enough people to produce enough food for us. So I think we can. I think with good suggestion, we tried. I think probably I think make good use of this opportunity been also good working relation with UPM. And then whenever there's opportunity, I can always come and give a talk and then share and then have a dialogue section with the student and then share the experience with the student also. All this can be organized. I think we have no problem. I think Dr. Shima can be organized for that. I think we have discussed about this also, how to share all these things with the student. And then any other question? Postgrad student you pair under Isaac. Yes, breathing has always been your passion. This is really good sharing. Okay, this what's the name? Fatin. If you like this breeding, and then I think try to choose a crop that is that Malaysia can have advantage to produce. Don't go for crop that we have number one. Don't go against the nature. I think we start with the low-hanging apple first. Probably when the next step you can go further with the more challenging and more difficult breeding. But all the good opportunity resources in Malaysia are still not utilized. I think you choose this right crop. I think we have all this facility. Then you can always contact us, and then we can share with you. And then we can also let you know how to start on the breedings with this conventional approach, and then together with the biotech approach, so that we can use the combination of this using the markers assisted selection to speed up the breeding. But of course, we would like to share with you also bred something that's a market need. I think some of the students might not have a chance to understand what do they need to produce for the market. Maybe sometimes you just produce and then you just do the job, utilize your knowledge, be able to know how to produce, but you did not choose the right crop. After you have developed the crop that nobody wants, then you have wasted, but you already gained the knowledge, but you did not get the produce that can be contributing. I think that's one of the very important, just choose the right crop. And then any other questions? Let me see.
Yes, there's some question.
Or interesting. I think you can send in this apply for job into an inquiry. When I think you also can get into our website. Yeah.
Yeah, Doctor, there's a question from Megan. Thank you, Doctor, for coming back to Malaysia. As you see the potential that our country has and for contributing to the community, it was refreshing to know that your company's goal is to allow good food security. Is it the same reason why I took agriculture courses and I love taking seed tech, and I even applied for the sales executive of UX, or she just shared her.
I think have you got the reply from us? If not, I think you let me know, because we are also expanding. Okay, before I forget us, I also forgot to tell you that GWG is expanding to overseas. So those people who like traveling and then they would like to work in overseas, also we would like to train you all to be able to work in our overseas branches. So we want to make GWG as an international company, but of course it was started to work in Malaysia first. And then there's a big opportunity for people who like to work in overseas. When I started my career, I was working as an expatriate with Syngenta. I've been posted to many countries. And then that's where I started to expose myself in the overseas market. And GWG also offering this opportunity. And then if you like it, and then you're still young and single, try to get yourself exposed as much as possible. Then you will see your eye will be you'll open your eye, then your career perception, your perception of life will be different. So this is a thing that I think this Mecca, I think Mecca try, isn't it? Your question that you apply for the job, you like marketing, then okay, can I will check and see that. I think we are going to expand. We start to recruit junior marketer that we can train them, and then we want them to also exposed to this the global market.
Yes, thank you, Doctor.
Yeah.
Okay, Doctor, there's another question. This is the most asked question from the students.
Okay.
What does the company offer to the intern student? Does the company also offer traveling, like traveling for intern student?
Okay.
I mean,
So I think
traveling
for
overseas.
depends on which position you are working on. Let's say, as example, if you are working in the farm, I think you don't need to travel. You just stay in the farm, and we provide accommodation, but you are just like back to hostel style, and then you are given the chance to do hands-on training in the farm, and then you have to expose yourself to the sun most of the time. We don't provide much of the office work, but we offer, I think, because we will try to take in as much as possible. That's why we did not offer very high allowance. We only give enough for you to survive, but we provide you accommodation if you are in Kuala Lumpur, and also in other state, maybe like in a certain area we have accommodation, but some area we do not have. Maybe in Sarawak, yes, you would like to be internship in Sarawak, then we can have a certain area we have accommodation we will provide you. Otherwise, you have to take care of your own accommodation. I think so far the best place for accommodation is Batu Arang, that we can take in at least any one time 20 students. But I think they enjoy it. I asked them they enjoy it, and then also Sarawak. Also, I think the few of the girls who came here for training, and after training 2 months, then the rest of the time we send them back to Sarawak, and they like the place in that park. So that place also we provide accommodation. Other places we don't provide accommodation. And also, if you are in the internship for sales marketing, then we provide you some traveling allowance. Otherwise, just if in the farm itself, there's no traveling allowance, only the food allowance, $300. We used to provide more. When we started, we provide $600 per month for the student. But after that, if there are more and more students, like uh, last batch, we trained 38 of them. So it's going to cost me a lot of money. So I try to give more people a chance, more opportunity for people. But of course, I will just give them 300. I think maybe $310 a day to go. Nasi lemak, roti canai, then you can survive. Then they learn through this hard time. Probably after that, they treasure life better. If you started be very comfortable, then probably they don't appreciate this life.
Okay, doctor. Thank you for the answer. And one more question. Okay. The question asks, is there any requirement to join the company, like any basic knowledge of breeding? Since just now you mentioned that some of the students who join GWG has less knowledge on breeding. What you mean here?
I think most of us, when we did our 4-year study in the university, I think we did. I think most of the topic that we study is only one sem, or maybe just a few credit. But but at least you cover most of the thing. But it's not good enough. But we will just depends on what you want to select. For example, you want to become a breeder. I think some of them just have one sem of the breeding, but they're just a very basic. But it will help you to acquire and pick up faster than others. But otherwise, still no problem. We still can train you from scratch. And then as long you have some basic agriculture knowledge, or even some of them study biotech, and some of them even study engineering also, they do not have basic knowledge, but we still give them a chance. Most important, I think you have to be passionate, and then also you must like it. And then you also have to make sure that you'll be able to work under the hot sun. Some of them, they come in, they thought the breedings are in the lab. Also, I think that's also we encounter. But breeding is never in the lab. Lab is just to help to provide the tools to speed up your breeding, like the markers, everything. And then also we have some people who come in, they walk from the office to the farm. Also, they need to carry umbrella. Then we told them that you are definitely not suitable for agriculture. Then you better don't waste your time, and then you choose something that you like. I think these are the things also we guide them. I think they cannot just come in, or because they need to have fulfill the requirement of the internship for 6 months. So, but they does not like it at all. You see? I think, but I think sometimes maybe they don't like it because they are not been able to foresee. I think they do not see what is the future, what is the thing that can be done. But I think so far, I think I'm quite proud to share with you that last batch, 38 of them came in, 35 of them stay back. So I think when they first came in, I think so not everyone like it. But after we motivate them, we expose them, we tell them the true life of agriculturalists, I think they start to like it. I think many of us also like to contribute, also like to do something for the society, but they do not know the career part. Also, they do not know what they can be done. I think a lot of these people are talented, but they do not been given the chance to do it. So that's where we are trying to expose them, give them the chance to do this, and then to understand that their job can be very meaningful. So I think now GWG is just, as the expansion stage to other country. We are planning to do in Indonesia, India, and China. All these, I think those people who like to work in overseas or like to travel overseas, then can come and talk to us. I think we will give you the chance if you like it. So not worry about your degree background. I think degree, what I look at it, I do not know. Maybe some of you might not agree, but I think it's a place to develop your mindset and develop your maturity. That give you the 4-year study. So then also they give you the opportunity to expose every area. That's why you can see the curriculum is always cover many things, but that does not put you into expert in some area yet. But once you're given the chance, then you would put yourself just focus and then become expert in certain area. Just like breeding, I think most of the curriculum does not cover more than one semester, right? So you want to do a breeding one crop also more than more than 6 months. How can you do a breeding in one semester? But you just only acquire the knowledge, but not doing the breeding yet.
Thank you, Doctor. Just now you mentioned that you have GWG have in Sarawak. Does GWG have in Sabah?
So are you from Sabah?
Yeah, I'm from Sabah, so
Okay.
I'm.
We have just employed one girl from UPM. Also, I think Christine, she's based in Sabah. And then currently we do not have a farm yet, but she's doing some promotional activity and then teach the farmer how to grow certain crop. We are working towards to get, hopefully we can get some land to set up a station in Sabah, because we have about 18 stations now, from the northern until all over the country except Sabah. So we are working on it now. I think the our this minister also very keen for us to develop this in Sabah, and also I think we also working quite active in Sarawak. We also trying to do something together with UPM in Bintulu.
I was hoping that GWG have in Sabah so that I can apply there at Sabah for my internship.
Maybe you
Okay.
talk to your chief minister, allocate us a piece of land that I can start the station there immediately. So we need your help to tell him that you need something in Sabah.
Okay, Doctor, we move on to the next question, Ken. What is the recruitment cycle of the company?
I think again, just depends on your position that you want. I think basically, I think for any degree, we find that it should not be much a problem as long as you have a minimum degree holder. That I think we can put you into the position that you like. We can provide training for that.
Okay, this is I think another question from my friends. She asked me to ask this. She said, how many per session? How many intern student GWG will take per session?
I think we try not to limit, and because we have 18 stations, So each and every station, there's a limitation only on the, like Batu Arang, the limitation is on the accommodation. If there's no accommodation required, I think we can take in any numbers, no problem. I think that's part of the thing we like to do part of our ESR, this ESP, so that we doesn't limit them, because if we limit them, probably they miss one semester that affect their this graduation timing. So we will provide them to places where there's if no accommodation required, then can be very easy. Any number we can take in. Just like last time when during this pandemic, I think many places they don't take in. So I took in 38 of them. 38 students from many university. We have a lot of students from UITM also.
I see. Thank you, Doctor. Okay, thank you, Doctor. And the question from the floor. But sir, before that, I have a very last question, which is, I think, important for the students to know. Even if the question is, if the students goes to intern, what is basically their job scope? Is it that they have schedule like this month, they will go to marketing, the next month they will go to breeding, or they're specific in one
Internship.
Yes.
Yeah.
Internship.
So what we are now, after years of experience, I think that now we are trying to put them the first month, we expose them to all the different various sectors. For instance, we come to the farm, we put them in the seed production, we put them in the seed research, we put them the farming as economists. And after 1 month, we start to talk to them. After 1 month, whether have you really identified area that you are interested? And then if you are really clear what you want, then you put there for the next 5 months. But some of them, they say, okay, I think 1 more month to know this. So then we give them another month. But once the second month, normally the third month onward, we try to put them into just specific in the area. For, let's say, for breeding, they will just focus on breeding. Let's say like the economics activity, then we'll just focus in that. So we also like having this greenhouse farming, and also they like to learn about irrigation. They like to learn about the chemicals, and they like to know about fertilizer, all this. So then we can give them 3 to 4 months to focus on that. That's our model. Before that, we just started, we let them put into one specific area, and then end up they have not have the chance to really experience others activities, so then maybe they miss the chance. So I think through all these years of experiences, so we give them 1 or 2 months to really understand the whole, go one cycle about all the activity in the farm, but all are hands-on under the hot sun, not in the office.
Okay, thank you, Doctor, for your explanation. So, Doctor, this one last question from Megan. Dr. Chua, is your company open to working with small farmer, as in producing seeds, sharing knowledge?
Yeah, I think this is one of the model that we wanted to develop. We call it as a partnership in agro entrepreneur, so that we want to have all these individuals to become our partner to produce the seed. But in order for them to know how to produce the seed, they must also prove to us that they can do the normal farming first, because the normal farming and seed production is a little bit different. Seed production is more delicate. I think you have to wait until the food, and then you make sure that the food is matured enough in order to bear the good seed. Because for instance, like the sweet corn, you harvest the sweet corn, even it's not fully matured. It's just after milking, then you eat the sweet corn. But you want to produce the seed, then you have to extend another maybe 40 to 50 days. And this 40 to 50 days, you take more difficult to take care when the plant is at a very weak stage. When towards the end, the plant is more weakened, so that you need to really know how to take care. Then you can get the seed. Sometimes you get the seed, but if the plant is not healthy, the seed does not germinate well. So we are focusing on producing the good germination, and then also we are focusing on healthy seed. The seed must be very, very healthy. They can be very vigorous, and then they can jump when they can grow very fast. That's a requirement for the seed expert. I think seed expert, it can be one of the very rewarding career, and then you're just producing the seed. So when I travel, I took some friend to see the seed production area in our farm in Thailand and also in Indonesia. You will notice that all the people who are involved with the seed with us, you can see their houses are much better. They got a better house because they're better reward. So in conclusion, we are open to work with the small farmers to become a seed producer as a partners.
Right, Doctor. There's another one from Megan.
No, I think not worry about your size. I think we are more interested whether you have the view or we are interested or not. Even a small company can be a big company eventually. So we always started from small. I started with 3 staff. Now we have 200 staff. So all are welcome, not to worry about size.
All right. Thank you, Doctor, for your answer, and thank you, members of the floor, for the question. So, due to the constraints of time, we apologize to the question that haven't been answered. If you have any inquiries, you are encouraged to contact the HR department. The detail will be given in the chat box. All right. So, thank you very much, Dr. Chua Kim Ike, for the fantastic sharing and such encouragement and great exposure for the participants who join us today. And don't worry, Doctor, this session are recorded and will be shared on YouTube too. Are you okay with that?
Yeah, most welcome.
So, ladies and gentlemen, before we end today's event, let's take a picture with our speaker, Dr. Chua, and the teams from Green World Genetics. And so all, please turn on your camera, and multimedia, please stand by.
Okay, thank you very much. Bye-bye.
Krisa, you are on mute.
Sorry. Thank you, everyone, for the great smile. So I believe now we have come to the end of agriculture career prospect with Green World Genetics Sdn. So thank you, Dr. Nazato, for such an insightful speech, and thank you, Dr. Chua, for the sharing session. And we would like to extend our gratitude to Faculty of Agriculture, UPM, and PERMATANI for your endless support. So we hope you all enjoyed today's event and have meaningful takeaways that will help with your future career development. Once again, if you have any inquiries, do not hesitate to contact the HR in the chat box. The contact have been shared in the chat box. So just kind of reminder for those who haven't filled the attendance form, the link is given at the chat box too. So if any inquiries, do not contact the technical team. So thank you and have a nice day.
Okay, bye-bye.
Thank you, Doctor. Thank you, Doctor.
Thank you.